If you've noticed that your mornings seem to have lost their spark, that your energy is fading, and that your vigor isn't what it used to be, this message was crafted with care for you. Because if you don't feel as strong as you once did, if you're noticing frequent fatigue or a disconnect from the vibrant person you've always been, know that it's not your fault. The real challenge isn't your age. It's that your body may be missing a simple nutrient you could provide every morning. And by doing so, everything, your energy, your drive, and even your confidence can blossom again in a matter of days. I'm Dr. Grace Prescott, a health and wellness specialist with decades of experience helping people over 50 rediscover their vitality naturally. I've seen people in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s reclaim the kind of enthusiasm and resilience they thought was left in the past, without needing complicated solutions or artificial stimulants. Most people believe that losing energy and drive is an inevitable part of aging, but that's an idea we can challenge. Your body isn't giving up, it's just waiting to be nourished the right way. There's a powerful natural combination found right in your kitchen that can support the health of your blood vessels, promote natural hormonal balance, and make you feel renewed. And the best part? You don't need anything expensive or hard to find. You just need to consume this every morning. So stay with me for the next few minutes because I'm about to share exactly what to eat, how it works in harmony with your body, and how countless people have reclaimed their strength and vitality with a simple morning habit. Before we dive in, if you're not yet part of our community, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any health and wellness tips. And if you find this message helpful, write gratitude in the comments. If not, let me know how I can make the next content even better for you. Let's get started. Now that you understand the potential of this morning habit, let's dive deeper. Let's talk about what really happens in our bodies after 60. Why strength, energy, and confidence may start to wane, and how the right morning food can help change that picture. When I talk to people in their 60s or 70s, I often notice the same feeling, a quiet discouragement mixed with resignation. They tell me, "Dr. Grace, I feel like I'm not the same person anymore." They still have love, affection, and passion for life, but their bodies don't seem to cooperate the same way. The spark that once defined them seems to have dimmed, and that realization is more challenging than they'd like to admit. I understand this feeling deeply. I've spoken with thousands of people who believe their best days were behind them. They wake up each morning feeling a little slower, with less drive, and somehow less alive. The muscle tone that was once a source of pride now feels softer. The heartbeat feels calmer. Even the energy for a morning walk or playing with grandkids starts to fade. And in quiet moments, they wonder if this is just what happens when you age. But here's the truth many don't realize. This decline isn't just aging. It's your body signaling that something essential is missing. The flexibility of your blood vessels may decrease, hormone levels may fluctuate, and your cells may not produce energy as efficiently. It's not because something is broken. It's because your body is asking for the right kind of nourishment. The modern diet, often high in sugar, processed oils, and stimulants, can drain our natural vitality instead of restoring it. When you're over 60, every morning is an opportunity. Every sunrise is a new chance for your body to restore, repair, and strengthen itself. Yet many people start their day with coffee and bread, unaware that they're skipping the fuel their bodies crave. I always share this with the people I counsel. Your body is like a classic car, full of stories. It doesn't need a new engine. It needs the right oil to keep running smoothly. And the good news? Your body has an incredible capacity to recover. I've seen people who felt tired and drained regain their drive in just weeks. Their posture improves, their energy returns, and that spark, that quiet confidence, slowly starts to shine in their eyes again, all because they started their mornings differently. You see, there's a natural combination that ancient cultures used for centuries to stay strong, energetic, and full of life, even in their later years. It's not a pill, it's not a supplement, and it's not expensive. It's something you can find in your kitchen right now. And once you start your day with it, you'll understand why people in their 70s can still feel the vitality of their 40s. Let me tell you exactly what this morning secret is and how it can positively transform the way you experience aging. I still remember the first time I shared this simple secret with one of my clients, a 71-year-old man named Robert. He sat in my office looking disheartened and said, "Dr. Grace, I've tried everything. Pills, tonics, even those energy drinks. Nothing seems to work anymore." His voice carried the weight of frustration so many people feel when their bodies don't cooperate. I looked at him and said, "Robert, you don't need another complicated solution. What you need is probably already in your kitchen." He gave me a skeptical smile, the kind that says, "Oh, Dr. Grace, it can't be that simple." But it is. The combination I told him about was something ancient, something our ancestors knew long before modern medicine: turmeric and honey. Two ingredients so common that most people underestimate their power. Yet, when used together, they create something remarkable. Turmeric, the golden spice, is one of nature's greatest allies. It helps support blood health, calms the body, and strengthens the heart and blood vessels. Honey, pure and raw, is nature's energy source. It fuels your body with minerals and natural compounds needed to support hormonal balance, stabilize blood sugar, and sustain vitality throughout the day. When you mix these two, something wonderful happens. Turmeric helps support the health of your blood vessels, paving the way for healthy circulation, while honey fuels your body with steady energy and hormonal support. I've seen people who could barely climb a flight of stairs rediscover their stamina after just weeks of this routine. And yes, the benefits go far beyond physical energy. You'll notice it in your mood, your focus, and even your moments of personal well-being. Robert followed the routine I suggested. 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder mixed with 2 tablespoons of raw honey every morning before breakfast. 2 weeks later, he called me. I could hear the joy in his voice before he even spoke. "Dr. Grace," he said, "I feel alive again. My wife can't believe the difference. That's the power of what nature offers when we learn to use it wisely. The most amazing thing is how accessible this is. You don't need expensive treatments. You don't need imported herbs. You just need to go to your pantry and commit to doing this every morning. It's not complexity that brings results. It's consistency." But here's the part most people never hear about: the science behind why this simple morning combination works so harmoniously with the body. When I explain turmeric, I often tell people to think of it as a gentle gardener tending to your body. You don't see it, but it's nurturing the imbalances that have built up over decades. The science behind this golden root is fascinating, yet its power lies in its simplicity. The most active compound in turmeric is curcumin, a natural antioxidant so potent that researchers worldwide have studied its effects on aging, circulation, and hormonal health. When you're young, your blood vessels are flexible, allowing blood to flow easily. That's why energy and muscle recovery come naturally. But over time, inflammatory processes can stiffen those vessels, blood flow may decrease, and the body slowly begins to lose its vibrancy. Curcumin acts as a support for the system. It helps maintain the health of blood vessels, calms inflammation, and allows oxygen and nutrients to flow more freely. When blood circulates well, your heart works more efficiently, your brain thinks more clearly, and your body's response and vigor improve naturally. But turmeric does more. It also supports prostate health, helps maintain healthy cholesterol levels, and supports the liver to keep your hormones in balance. I remember one of my clients, George, who told me, "Dr. Grace, I didn't realize how much stiffness I felt until it started to fade." He had been taking turmeric with honey for 3 weeks and noticed not only more energy, but also a lightness he hadn't felt in years. That's what happens with well-being that comes from within. It doesn't just improve one part of your body, it restores balance to your entire system. What fascinates me most about turmeric is how it seems intelligent. Unlike synthetic substances that force the body in one direction, turmeric listens. It adapts. If blood pressure is high, it helps balance it. If blood sugar is unstable, it helps stabilize it. It doesn't overwhelm the system, it harmonizes it. That's why I call it nature's equalizer. The truth is, your body is designed to find balance. You just need to give it the right tools. And turmeric, paired with its perfect partner, becomes the spark that reignites everything that makes you feel alive. But turmeric alone isn't enough. It needs its ideal companion to unleash its full potential. When I talk about honey, most people think of it as just a sweetener. But the truth is, real raw honey is one of nature's most powerful foods, especially for people over 60. I still remember one of my clients, Frank, a retired teacher in his 60s. He came to my clinic feeling drained, his energy gone. "Dr. Grace," he said, "I feel like I'm running on empty." I smiled and told him, "Frank, your body doesn't need more stimulants. It needs fuel, the kind nature designed for you." That's when I introduced him to raw honey. Honey isn't just sugar, it's a living substance, packed with minerals, enzymes, and nutrients your body can actually use. It contains boron and zinc, two minerals directly linked to supporting hormone production. As hormonal balance improves, so do energy, muscle strength, and drive. I've seen people who were exhausted and unmotivated become active and confident again simply by adding raw honey to their mornings. It's like putting high-quality fuel in a tired engine. It wakes everything up. Honey also does something remarkable for blood vessels. It supports the natural production of compounds that help them relax and expand. This is a natural principle that supports well-being without side effects. When your blood flows freely, your body comes alive. Your heart beats more efficiently, your mind becomes clearer, and your overall well-being improves naturally. But here's the crucial detail. Most honey on supermarket shelves isn't honey in its purest state. It's processed, heated, and stripped of its nutrients. Real raw honey has a rich aroma, a complex flavor, and crystallizes over time. It's thick, golden, and full of life. When I tell my clients to use only raw, unfiltered honey, I'm not being picky. I'm protecting the power of this gift from nature. Frank called me 3 weeks later, his voice full of energy. "Dr. Grace," he said, "I'm back to my walks. I'm sleeping better, and my wife keeps asking what my secret is." That kind of joy is priceless because it's proof that when you nourish your body with what it truly needs, it rewards you in ways that go far beyond energy. But something even more powerful happens when you combine honey with turmeric. On their own, each is remarkable. Together, they become a force that can help restore strength, stamina, and vitality faster than you can imagine. The first time I observed what happens when turmeric and honey are combined, I was amazed at how quickly people's bodies responded. It wasn't magic, it was biology working in perfect harmony, as nature intended. I remember a patient, Walter, 70 years old, who told me, "Dr. Grace, I've tried every supplement, but nothing seems to last." I smiled and said, "That's because you've been trying to force your body instead of helping it remember its own power." Turmeric and honey together don't force anything. They awaken what's already inside you. Here's the beauty of it. Turmeric clears the path and honey fuels the engine. Turmeric supports artery health, helps relax blood vessels, and allows oxygen-rich blood to flow freely throughout the body, especially to organs that rely on good circulation. Honey steps in to fuel that system, providing the nutrients and minerals your body uses to support hormone production and sustain energy. It's like one builds the road and the other drives the car down it. The result? A steady increase in stamina, mood, and vitality. I've seen this combination transform lives. People who felt hopeless suddenly found their strength returning. Their morning energy surged, their focus sharpened, and their confidence, something many had lost, began to shine again. Their partners noticed first. One man in his 60s told me, half laughing, half proud, "Dr. Grace, I think my wife is more surprised than I am." These are the quiet victories that matter most, the moments when a person feels whole again. The reason this combination works so well is that it supports both the heart and hormones, the two pillars of vitality. Turmeric helps ensure blood vessels stay healthy, while honey supports hormonal balance and mental energy. Together, they work in harmony, not just to restore physical function, but to rebuild confidence, drive, and passion for life. This isn't a quick fix. It's a gentle awakening of your natural strength. When people stay consistent with this morning ritual, the changes go beyond the physical. They start sleeping better, standing taller, and smiling more. Their energy doesn't crash as much in the afternoon. They feel lighter, more alive, and even their mood stabilizes. It's a transformation that radiates from the inside out. And the best part? You don't need to wait months to notice the difference. Within weeks, you'll feel your body responding as if it's thanking you for finally giving it what it's been missing. When I started recommending this morning tonic, most people couldn't believe how simple it was. They'd look at me and ask, "That's it, Dr. Grace? Just 2 ingredients?" And I'd smile because, yes, that's all it takes. Well-being doesn't always come in a capsule. Sometimes it starts with what you already have in your kitchen. The key is knowing how to prepare it the right way so your body absorbs its full potential. Here's what I share with everyone who comes to me. In the morning, before breakfast, take 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder and mix it with 2 tablespoons of pure raw honey. Not the processed kind, but the thick, aromatic, vibrant kind. Mix them in a small glass until they form a golden paste. You can eat it straight from the spoon or stir it into a cup of warm water. Not hot, as excessive heat can destroy the honey's natural enzymes. Then, take a deep breath and let that first taste remind you that you're doing something good for your body today. If you're just starting, go slow. Use half a teaspoon of turmeric for the first week to let your body adjust, then move to the full dose. Some people like to take it twice a day, but I always recommend starting with the morning ritual first. Mornings are when your body's hormones are naturally cycling, your cells are receptive to nutrients, and your metabolism is awake. That's when this combination works best. And here's something important I've learned over the years. Consistency matters more than quantity. Taking it sporadically won't yield the same results, but take it every morning with dedication and you'll start to notice the change. It might begin with more energy during the day, less joint stiffness, or simply a lighter feeling when you wake up. Then, slowly but surely, your confidence returns. You'll feel it in your body, your mood, and your relationships. One of my clients, Henry, 68 years old, told me, "Dr. Grace, I was never a morning person, but now I actually look forward to my mornings." That's the beauty of this habit. It doesn't just support health. It gives you a reason to feel excited about each new day. Over the years, I've had the privilege of witnessing stories I hold dear. Stories of people who came to my office tired, discouraged, and convinced their best days were behind them. One of them was Michael, 66 years old, a former teacher who sat across from me and said, "Dr. Grace, I feel like I'm not myself anymore. I feel empty." His blood pressure was fluctuating, his energy was low, and his confidence was slipping away. I told him the same thing I've told hundreds of people before. Give your body what it needs every morning, and it will start to remember how to be strong again. Michael took that advice to heart. Every morning, he mixed turmeric with raw honey as I showed him. 2 weeks later, I got an email from him. The subject line was simply, "It's working." He told me he was waking up with more energy, sleeping better, and feeling that spark return in ways he hadn't felt in years. His wife noticed it before he did. She told him, "You're smiling again." And that, to me, is the true face of well-being, not just a physical change, but an emotional renewal. Then there was Arthur, 73 years old, a retired mechanic. When we first met, he joked that he felt like an old car, rusty and out of tune. But after a month on the turmeric and honey routine, he came back grinning. "Dr. Grace," he said, "the engine's running again." His circulation seemed better, his stamina returned, and his marriage felt more alive for the first time in years. These moments remind me why I do what I do. Because when a person's vitality returns, so does their sense of purpose, their laughter, and their hope. I've heard countless stories like theirs, people who thought age had taken everything, only to discover that all they needed was the right habit. Some saw results in days, others in weeks, but they all felt something in common, a powerful reconnection with themselves. If you're listening now, wondering if this could work for you, let me assure you, it can. Because behind every one of these transformations is a simple truth. The human body, even after 60 or 70, still knows how to thrive when you give it the chance. When you make this golden tonic part of your morning routine, something remarkable begins to happen. At first, you may not even notice. You'll just feel a little lighter, perhaps more awake. But deep down, your body is repairing itself. I've seen it countless times in people of all ages. Their blood starts flowing more easily. Their hormones find a new balance, and years of sluggishness and fatigue slowly fade away. Here's what's really happening. Turmeric supports the health of your blood vessels. It helps clear small blockages that restrict the flow of oxygen-rich blood to your heart, brain, and other vital parts of your body. That's why so many people report more vigor. It's not a coincidence. It's improved circulation. Meanwhile, honey fuels your cells with minerals like boron and zinc, essential for hormonal support. As hormonal balance improves, so do your energy, motivation, and emotional strength. It's a chain reaction that revitalizes every part of your being. In 2 weeks, most people notice they wake up with more vitality. By the 3rd week, they feel mentally sharper. Their mood improves because better circulation means more oxygen to the brain. Even sleep becomes deeper and more restorative. The more consistent you are, the more your body remembers how to work in harmony. That's why I always say your body isn't broken. It's just waiting for you to give it what it needs. I remember a patient, George, 71 years old, who came to me after months of poor sleep and zero energy. "Dr. Grace, I'm exhausted," he said. I told him to trust the process. 3 weeks later, he walked into my clinic, standing taller, with a calm smile. "It's strange," he said, "but I feel like my body woke up." That's what this combination does. It wakes you up from the inside out. But what makes this transformation even more powerful is how it affects more than just your body. It changes how you carry yourself, how you connect with your partner, and how you feel about life. Because when you feel strong and alive again, the world looks different. I've spent decades counseling people who were taught to believe a myth, that aging means decline. I can't tell you how many times I've heard, "Well, Dr. Grace, I guess this is just part of getting older." And every time I look them in the eye and tell them the truth, it doesn't have to be that way. Aging doesn't weaken you. Neglect does. What really changes as we age isn't the body's capacity. It's how we care for it. When you start giving your body the right tools, it rewards you in extraordinary ways. I've seen people in their 70s and 80s reclaim not just physical power, but emotional confidence. The spark in their eyes returns, their posture straightens, and they start to laugh again. A genuine laugh that comes from knowing they still have that inner strength. That's true vitality. It's not about youth or muscles, it's about presence, energy, and the quiet strength that comes from feeling good in your own skin. When a person feels that, everything in their life changes. Their relationships, their mood, their sense of purpose all reignite. What most people don't realize is that your body is still capable of producing energy and maintaining good blood flow in your later years. But the system slows down when it's not fueled properly. That's why this simple morning habit isn't superstition. It's a natural way to awaken the same chemistry that made you strong when you were younger. I've seen it happen over and over. People who thought their days of vitality were over suddenly find themselves eager for life again. And here's another thing. When a person starts feeling strong again, it's not just their body that changes, it's their mindset. They stop accepting old age as a sentence and start seeing it as a new chapter. They start caring for themselves, not out of fear, but out of pride. And that's where true inner strength lies, in the daily decision to care for yourself. But the real beauty of this transformation is that it's not just about you. When your vitality returns, your energy spills over to everyone you love. When a person regains their strength, something profound happens, not just in their body, but in their heart. I've seen it countless times. People come to me tired, frustrated, and disconnected from their partners. One man, Robert, 69 years old, told me quietly, "Dr. Grace, my wife and I still love each other, but it feels like the flame has gone out." He wasn't just talking about physical intimacy, he meant that deep bond between two people. I told him what I tell everyone. That flame isn't gone, Robert, it's waiting for oxygen. Let's bring it back. As your vitality returns, your confidence naturally follows. You start to look at your partner differently, with desire and appreciation again. Your body starts to respond, and so does your heart. The energy you thought belonged only to youth comes back. But this time, it's deeper. You're rediscovering connection. Many of my clients tell me their relationships become stronger, not just physically, but emotionally. They talk more, laugh more, touch more. They remember what it's like to be close again, not out of duty, but out of genuine affection. That renewed connection can heal old wounds and reignite a joy that may have faded. One of my clients, Harold, 72 years old, said something that stuck with me. Dr. Grace, he said, it's not just that my body responds better. It's that my wife and I feel like we're back in our 30s, emotionally and physically. We're happy. That happiness, that sense of closeness, is one of the most powerful medicines there is. When two people feel seen and desired again, it adds years of quality to their lives. That's what true vitality gives you. Not just a stronger body, but a stronger bond. It's the ability to share warmth, laughter, and love in your golden years. And it all starts with a small decision every morning to care for yourself, to nourish your body with life, and to let that energy flow back into every part of your world. If you've stayed with me this far, then you understand something most people never do, that aging doesn't mean decline. It can mean renewal, strength, and a deeper connection to life. Over the years, I've watched hundreds of people walk into my office tired and discouraged, but I've also watched those same people walk out standing taller, smiling more, and living with purpose again. And it all started with a simple decision: to care for themselves every morning. Turmeric and honey may seem too simple to change your life, but sometimes the most powerful support comes from nature. When you mix that golden spice with raw honey, you're not just feeding your body, you're restoring your circulation, your hormones, and your sense of well-being. Day by day, your blood flows better, your heart beats stronger, and your energy rises. You wake up eager for the day. You look at your partner and feel that spark again. I've seen it happen too many times to doubt it. It works, and it works because it helps your body do what it was designed to do: thrive. But this journey is about more than just physical health. It's about reclaiming the part of yourself that age tried to take away, the confident, passionate, powerful person still living inside you. Every morning spoonful of turmeric and honey is a reminder that you still have control, and it's never too late to rebuild your strength. When you take that small step, you're not just fighting weakness, you're choosing vitality, intimacy, and joy. I want you to imagine this: waking up one morning feeling light, energized, and proud of the person in the mirror. Your blood pressure balanced, your heart calm, your energy steady. Your wife or husband notices the difference. Your friends see the glow, and inside you feel a quiet confidence you haven't felt in years. That's not a dream. It's your body coming back to life. So start tomorrow morning, mix your turmeric and honey, take a deep breath, and remember, you're not aging. You're growing wiser, stronger, and more alive. Give your body the consistency it deserves, and it will give you back everything you thought you'd lost. This isn't the end of your vitality. It's a new beginning, and it starts the moment you decide to honor yourself again.